Yes, my taste in music has changed a lot over time. When I was a child, I mainly listened listened to upbeat pop songs because they were trendy and entertaining. However, nowadays I prefer relaxing music or sing with meaningful lyrics because they help me feel calmer and less stressed after studying.
That was a solid response. You gave a clear answer and successfully contrasted your past and present preferences, which is exactly what the examiner is looking for. For improvement, you could try using a wider range of vocabulary and more complex sentence structures to make your answer sound even more polished. Here is a sample answer for you. Yes, my musical taste has Here is a sample answer for you. Yes, my musical taste has definitely evolved over the years. When I was younger, I was naturally drawn to upbeat pop music because it felt energetic and was everywhere on the radio. However, nowadays I find myself appreciating more relaxing genres like acoustic or instrumental tracks with meaningful lyrics, as they help me unwind and decompress after a busy day of studying.
Next question. Next question.
Alright, let's move on to the next question. Here is your question. Is your fashion style now different from a few years ago? I'm ready when you are.
My fashion style is slightly different now. I feel years ago I mainly uh, wore simple clothes without paying much attention to fashion. However, nowadays I prefer more fashionable and comfortable outfits because they make me feel more confident. I also pay more attention to colors and style that still my personality.
That was a really great answer. You did an excellent job showing the contrast between your past and present style, and the connection between your outfit choice and confidence is a key detail that examiners love to hear. To take your response to the next level, you could try incorporating more advanced vocabulary, perhaps using terms like practical. Continuing, you could try incorporating more advanced vocabulary, perhaps using terms like practical or describing your current style as more effortlessly chic. Here is a sample answer for you. Yes, my fashion style has definitely evolved over the years. A few years ago I primarily focused on comfort and simplicity, often wearing casual clothes without much thought to how they look together. However, nowadays I'm more inclined to experiment with different colors and silhouettes, as I found that dressing in a way that feels both fashionable and comfortable significantly boosts my confidence throughout the day.
Next question.
Wonderful. Let's proceed to the next question. Here is your question. Is the way people travel now different from in the past? Whenever you're ready to share your thoughts, I'm all ears.
Um, yes, definitely. In the past, people often had to buy tickets directly at station or travel agencies, which could take a lot of time. Nowadays, everything is much more convenient because people can book tickets online through mobile apps. In addition, public transport systems are becoming more modern, and many people also use ride uh, hailing apps to travel more easily.
That was a fantastic response. You did a great job highlighting the shift toward digital convenience with online booking and ride-hailing apps, and you also touched on the modernizing. Continuing, you also touched on the modernization of public transport, which adds a lot of depth to your answer. Here is a sample answer for you. Yes, the way people travel has changed dramatically, primarily due to technological advancements. In the past, planning a journey and securing tickets often required visiting stations or agencies, which was quite time-consuming. Nowadays, everything is at our fingertips. People can book flights and trains instantly through mobile applications, and ride-hailing services have made getting around cities much more reliable and efficient.
Next question.
I'm ready for the next one. Here is your question. How has your English ability changed over the years? Take your time to think and let me know when you have your answer.
My English ability has improved a lot over the year. When I first started to learn English, I struggled with pronunciation and lack vocabulary, so I was not confident when speaking. However, nowadays I can communicate more naturally and understand English much better because I practice regularly through videos, music, and studying at school. I still make mistakes sometimes, but I feel much more confident than before.
That was a wonderful response. You clearly describe your progression from struggling with basics to communicating much more naturally and confidently. It's also great that you recognize that making mistakes is just a part of the learning journey. For improvement, you could include some more advanced vocabulary like overcoming hurdles, achieving greater fluency, or mentioning the benefits of language immersion. Here is a sample answer for you. My English ability has seen a significant improvement over the years. When I first started, I faced challenges with pronunciation and had a limited vocabulary, which really affected my confidence. Through consistent practice through watching videos, listening to music, and school immersion, I've been able to overcome those hurdles and achieve much greater fluency. I still make occasional mistakes, but I now feel much more self-assured when communicating in English.
Next question.
Ready for the next one? Here is your question. Is the way people communicate now different from in the past? Whenever you're ready to give your answer, I'd love to hear it.
Yes, communication has changed dramatically compared to the past. In the past, people mainly communicate face-to-face or through phone calls. However, nowadays, people often use text messages, social media, and video call because they are much faster and more convenient. Even though technology have people stay connected easily, I think face-to-face interaction is still more meaningful.
That was a brilliant answer. You effectively contrasted the speed and convenience of modern digital communication with the emotional value of face-to-face interaction, which is a very thoughtful and well-structured point. For further improvement, you could try including more descriptive phrasing, such as describing digital communication as bridging geographical distances or referring to face-to-face meetings as fostering deeper personal connections. Here is a sample answer for you. The landscape of human communication has undergone a profound transformation, shifting from the traditional methods to digital immediacy. While platforms like social media and video calls allow us to remain instantly connected across vast distances, I still believe that face-to-face interactions offer an irreplaceable layer of warmth and nuance that cannot be replicated through screens.
Next question. Next question.
Certainly. Here.
Understood. Let's keep going. Here is your question. Is shopping nowadays different from shopping in the past? I'm ready for your answer when you are.
Shopping nowadays is very different from the past. In the past, people usually went directly to markets or shopping mall to buy things. However, nowadays, online shopping has become Shopping nowadays is very different from the past. In the past, people usually went directly to markets or shopping malls to buy things. However, nowadays, online shopping has become extremely popular because it is more convenient and save time. People can also use cashless payment methods, which makes shopping much easier than before.
That was an excellent answer. You clearly contrasted traditional shopping with the convenience of e-commerce and specifically highlighted the ease of cashless payments. To elevate your response further, you could use terms like brick-and-mortar stores and mention how these platforms offer digital wallets for seamless transactions. Here is a sample answer for you. Shopping habits have undergone a massive shift in recent years. While in the past, people relied on visiting physical brick-and-mortar stores, nowadays the convenience of online shopping allows consumers to browse and buy products instantly. The widespread adoption of cashless payment methods has further streamlined the entire experience, making transactions more efficient than ever.
Next question.
Alright, let's keep going with another question. Here is your question. Is the way children spend free time now different from before? I'm ready when you are.
Yes, it is very different nowadays. In the past, children usually spend their free time playing outdoor games like hide and seek or football with their friends. However, nowadays, many children prefer staying indoors and using electric devices such as smartphones or tablets. I think technology has changed children's lifestyle significantly because screen time has become more common.
That was a fantastic answer. You did an excellent job contrasting the shift from outdoor physical games to indoor screen-based activities, and you made a very valid point about the increase in screen time. For improvement, you could try using more varied vocabulary, like describing the shift to a more sedentary lifestyle or mentioning the rise of virtual interactions. Here is a sample answer for you. The way children spend their free time has changed remarkably. In previous generations, children often engaged in outdoor physical pursuits like hide and seek or football with their peers. However, nowadays, many children prefer to stay indoors, engaged with electronic devices such as smartphones or tablets. I believe technology has reshaped children's habits significantly, making screen time a standard part of daily life. This brings us to the end of your mock part 1 speaking test. You did a wonderful job today.
The next question.
That concludes the part 1 section of our practice today. Would you like to move on to part 2 where you would speak about a topic for 1 to 2 minutes? Or would you prefer to finish here?
Continue practicing with the question in the list I give you.
Wonderful! Let's dive into another question from part 1 of the speaking test. Here is your question. Is your personality now different from when you were a teenager?
Whenever you're ready, please give me your answer.
Yes, I think my personality has changed in several ways. In the past, I used to be quite shy and did not feel confident when talking to strangers. However, nowadays I'm more natural and open minded because I have had more opportunities to communicate with different people. I'm still a little introverted sometimes, but I can express my opinions more confidently now.
That was a fantastic and thoughtful answer. You did an excellent job explaining how you became more open-minded and confident over time, while still acknowledging your natural introverted traits. To elevate your response further, you could try using phrases like saying you came out of your shell or that your experiences have broadened your horizons. Here is a sample answer for you. My personality has undergone a significant transformation since my teenage years. Back then, I was quite shy and found it difficult to interact with people I didn't know well. However, over time, having more opportunities to engage with diverse groups has helped me come out of my shell, making me much more open-minded and self-assured in expressing my views. Would you like to try another question from the list, or do you have any questions about the test?
Try another question from the list.
Let's move on to the next one. Here is your question. Are your eating habits now different from before? Take your time to think and let me know when you have your answer.
My eating habits are quite different from before. When I was younger, I used to eat a lot of fast food and snacks because I did not really care about my health. However, nowadays I try to maintain a healthier diet by eating more vegetable and home cooked meals. I also drink more water and try to avoid skipping meals because I want to stay healthy and have more energy for studying.
That was a really fantastic answer. You did an excellent job contrasting your past dietary choices with your current health-conscious habits, and the connection to your energy levels is a great touch. To elevate your response, you could try incorporating more advanced vocabulary, like referring to your previous diet as being more fast-paced, or emphasizing the importance of wholesome home-cooked meals. Here is a sample answer for you. My eating habits have evolved significantly over the years. When I was younger, I tended to have a fast-paced diet with plenty. Like I was saying, when I was younger, I tended to have a fast-paced diet with plenty of fast food and snacks because I wasn't really concerned about my health. However, nowadays, I prioritize maintaining a wholesome diet rich in vegetables and home-cooked meals, ensuring I stay healthy and have the energy I need to focus on my studies.
Next question.
Let's move on to the next question. Here is your question. Is your hometown different from what it was 10 years ago? Take your time to think and let me know when you have your answer.
My hometown has changed significantly over the last 10 years. It used to be much quieter than less crowded. But now there are many modern buildings, shopping centers, and wider roads. Besides that, the traffic has become heavier because more people own private vehicles nowadays. Even though the city is more developed, sometimes I miss the peaceful atmosphere it had in the past.
That was an exceptional and very heartfelt answer. You clearly described the transformation from a quiet place to a modern, busier city, and including that feeling of nostalgia adds a wonderful personal touch. To make your response even polished, you could incorporate terms like rapid urbanization, high-rise buildings, or traffic congestion. Here is a sample answer for you. My hometown has undergone a remarkable transformation over the past decade. It used to be a quiet, close-knit community, but with rapid urbanization it has developed into a bustling city featuring modern high-rise buildings and bustling shopping complexes. While I appreciate the development, I sometimes miss the peaceful atmosphere of the past. Would you like to practice another question from the list, or are you finished for today?
Continue practicing another question from the list.
Sounds great. Let's tackle another one. Here is your question. Is the weather in your hometown different from before? Take your time and let me know when you're ready with your answer.
I think the weather in my hometown has changed quite a lot in recent years. In the past, the seasons were more predictable and the temperatures were not too extreme. However, nowadays, the summers are much hotter and the weather has become more unpredictable because of climate change.
That was an excellent answer. You clearly highlighted the shift towards more extreme and unpredictable weather and accurately attributed this to climate change. To make your response even stronger, you could try incorporating more descriptive language, like describing summers as scorching or referring to the weather patterns as erratic. Here is a sample answer for you. The climate in my hometown has undergone a noticeable shift in recent years. In the past, we enjoyed distinct and relatively predictable seasons, but now we frequently experience scorching summers and erratic weather patterns, which many attribute to the effects of global climate change. Would you like to practice another question from the list, or are you finished for today?
Next question.
Let's move on to the next question. Here is your question. Are schools nowadays different from schools in the past? Take your time to think and let me know when you have your answer.
Schools nowadays are very different from those in the past. Modern schools usually have better facilities such as projectors, computer rooms, and online learning systems. In addition, students can access digital material more easily than before. I think education today is more flexible and interactive, although students may also face more academic pressure.
That was an excellent and very comprehensive answer. You did a great job highlighting the technological advancements in facilities and digital access, and it was insightful to mention the added academic pressure students face today. To elevate your response even further, you could incorporate terms like multimedia resources, interactive learning environments, or rigorous academic standards. Here is a sample answer for you. Schools today have undergone a profound transformation compared to the past, largely due to significant technological integration. Modern facilities now include multimedia resources and digital learning systems, creating a more interactive environment. However, this has also led to
and increased academic pressure on students.